Welcome back to the channel, folks. I'm your host, Fogg. Thank you for joining another episode here on Fat Old Gamers. And today, we're taking a look at the two new games that released for the Infinity Game table here on this fine Wednesday new release. So yes, Arcade1Up brought two new games to the table today. And the first one is Teen Titans Go, Beastboys Nightmare. This one's probably based off of that deal they've got here for DC Comics stuff. You know, we've seen the puzzle, we've seen the solitaire. Now we're seeing kind of a more youth-focused, it's almost like a mobile game, right, in that sense. It really reminds me of a mobile game. So we're taking a look at that and Ticket to Ride. So the much-anticipated game that had been promoted before the table's launch, and during kind of the big launch, it was always up in the windows here, kind of saying coming soon on the table itself. So that's a great thing to see both of those titles launch, but most definitely Ticket to Ride. Teen Titans Go came in at $3.99. Ticket to Ride came in at $9.99. Both of them are available right now to go through the purchase process and grab for yourself. Let's jump in and take a look at Teen Titans Go. Now, it does play vertically. It actually, again, is more like a mobile phone game. I don't know if it is a mobile game, but it definitely plays like that. If you've ever played like Doodle Jump, kind of similar to that, except you're not using the phone's accelerometer to move it left and right. You're just tapping on the screen with, you know, the angle at which the character jumps from one planet to the next kind of sets you on your way, and if you don't hit the next planet, you fall off. We'll play through it and you can see, in terms of the settings, pretty standard, just sound effects, music, dashboard, and how to play. We'll jump out of that and jump into a game. It's a quick start type of thing. All you do is tap on the screen and the character releases his grip or whatever, jumps from one planet to the next. So you can see I'm just gonna tap my way through it. It's very simple. I mean, obviously, if you get really like competitive about it, you might want to get really good at it. There's points to gather when you collect your friends while you're going through the nightmare. And, oop, I actually landed on another planet. There we go. So sometimes you can get saved that way. Other times you fly right off and there's no saving you at all. But yeah, very, very simple game. I mean, basically the table's built for all ages, so this is a very good child game. Somebody in the home that's younger than, you know, say 12 might enjoy this, maybe a little bit older. But my son, he never really got into Teen Titans too much. It was probably very new when he was watching more cartoons on a regular basis, so we didn't really have too much of a Teen Titan household, but it does seem kind of popular, and obviously working with youthful characters from the DC Comics makes sense, especially with the deal that they've already got in place. So yeah, we're just gathering up the friends. It's really shooting for the high score. Kind of similar to what you would see with that hockey game that's on here or the basketball shooting game, where it's basically a point-driven type experience. And this is the furthest I've gotten the entire game. Difficulty level is pretty simple. It just goes up in difficulty the higher you go. Speeds and angles that you're dealing with. So yeah, that's basically it. We'll go ahead and call it there. I'm just going to jump off and get my high score here. So you can see it's not super high, 23. So that is Teen Titans Go. And then let's jump into the next game. Again, Ticket to Ride, $9.99. Been waiting on this one to show up. This is really not any different than the versions you can get on any other platform. I know Asmodee Digital, they do this for PC, so I've owned it on Steam. You can actually get it less than $9.99 on Steam, that's for sure, especially when like a Humble Bundle deal comes up, which again, we're in the Humble Bundle Partner Program. We talk about them on here. It's a nice service. If you buy PC games from them, you get to basically redeem them on Steam or on Epic. Even GOG, and then you can also even get Switch games on there as well, so digital versions. And then when you do buy on there, you get some charity. Some of that purchase goes to charity. I think they've done about $200 million to charity over the past 10 years. So great service. We like them, but yeah, if you find a bundle deal, you can usually get this game much cheaper. $9.99's a little bit higher than you'd pay on mobile, but it's not really super outrageous. In here, settings, you get their own design. This is very similar to what it looks like on all the other platforms. They didn't use the standard infinity table kind of layout, but you have your sound effects and music. You've got your speed at which the game can play, so kind of like normal, fast, and fastest, or slow, normal, and fast. You've got your hand to play, left or right. You've got your auto rotation, so when you're playing a multiplayer game, it'll shift around on its own. And then you can choose your avatar's color by selecting it here. So whenever you play a game, that'll be your table's dedicated avatar, or the first one that's kind of picked. Player one, we'll say. You also have some settings for Hall of Fame, so you can see achievements. You can see who's got the highest scores or the best scores you've gotten in games. It keeps kind of that leaderboard, but it's really for just the table, just not an online one. Settings takes you right to the settings we looked at, and then rules just kind of goes over the game, what it looks like, and basically everything that's kind of involved in it. So that's basically anything you want to know about Ticket to Ride. You will find it in here. You can see all the extra little packs and things like that are included. So let's go ahead, and this is what the Hall of Fame looks like. No real scores on here. I haven't completed one game on this one yet. You can choose the maps and that you want to look at, the multiplayer scores, solo scores, stuff like that. We'll jump out, and you do have a nice tutorial when you start. So it doesn't force you to do a tutorial, but you can. I don't believe it forced you. It's just got like an exclamation point on it. So I think it's saying, hey, check this out first. You can play solo. Obviously, a solo game, you're playing against the computer. You can even change, the different maps that you want to work with. So if you want to do something in Europe or something in the US, lower 50s or lower states, you could choose any of those maps. I think, what is it, even in China? Is that one there? I think it is. Yeah, so big cities that you can, or different regions that you can choose from. So let's jump out of that. What I'm going to do to save time for this video is just talk about, we'll show multiplayer. So multiplayer is only local multiplayer. It's only available here on the table. It's not like you're playing somebody online, which is kind of unfortunate. It would have been nice if they had online play. This is a little bit more like you got to find fans of the games than anything. So we'll just do 3 players here just to kind of show the auto rotation. So you would have your privacy screens here so nobody could see your tickets and your carts and all that stuff. But we're just going to go ahead and close these out, and we'll just kind of quickly go through and show some stuff. First thing you would do is pick tickets. Obviously, I'm going to pick Seattle to New York, and then Seattle to Los Angeles. I'm going to be the train baron up here. Then player 3 we'll just do Chicago and St. Paul, and then whatever these ones are. What is it? Portland to somewhere, and Calgary to something or other. I don't know. Can't read upside down that well. So you can see the table automatically spun around. So now it's kind of faced towards player 2 since they're the first player. And your first moves, obviously, in the game, and I'm not going to give a tutorial of the game, but it would be to start to figure out how best, and you can even zoom in and on your tickets that you get and your points that you get. Basically, you're trying to complete a ticket to get the most points that you can out of it. So this one is Portland to Nashville, I think. Yeah. So if we look at Portland and Nashville, we can kind of see where Portland is over here. Lots of blue, lots of yellow, green cars. And then we don't really have any of that right now. So what we'll probably need to do, or the best thing for us to be able to do, would draw some cards, but there's nothing really here that we want, so we're going to blind draw these. You have to start, when you start drawing cards, you have to take 2, and you have to finish your turn. And then when it comes back to you, you can play, like if you have enough trains to move you from one section to the next. Seattle to New York, we're still kind of up here. We could jump yellow, but we don't have enough yellow cards. We don't even have any yellow cars. So I'm going to draw as well. We now have an engine, which is good because you do need that. And then player 3, where were they going? Chicago to Santa Fe. So let's see. Again, because these players are on the end, it doesn't rotate that way. So it doesn't rotate vertically. It's really going to just be back or forward, front or back, or left, this side or that side, horizontally. But Chicago to Santa Fe, huh? If we work backwards. So they have some blue. We could do something like that. We'll just see. So they don't have enough blue either. So nobody's really ready to do anything yet. So we'll just draw. Let's see where we're at over here. We've got a couple locomotives. We've got a green car, but not enough to make any kind of connection again. Could have grabbed that green one there. Let's see if we do that. Blue, again, Seattle. We're trying to get like yellow in this instance. No yellow cars showing up. Don't even see anything else that we can really grab right now. And you know what? We'll just load up hers and go back to player 2. So player 2, still not in the greatest of positions. I don't think that we can get to Portland. No. When you get red indicators here, you're not able to make that play. So we might as well just draw again. Hopefully we get a green cart. No, we got reds. And it just goes back and forth. And you can kind of see, you know, what I'm doing is basically drawing out cards until we can make a play at that point. But overall, I mean, the table's not doing anything amazing that you can't get the same experience on your PC or on your mobile. I think I even own Ticket to Ride on, I believe I own Ticket to Ride on, oops, I've already started drawing, on PlayStation 4 as well. So, you know, you can definitely get it for many different devices out there. It's kind of nice here that it's more set in an area that everybody would kind of dedicate time to. You know, you're basically going to play your family or your friends right here on this table, which is kind of nice as well. So that just gives an overall idea of what, you know, the table looks like. I think we could make one play here. Yeah, we can throw that in. It's not really relevant to where we're going, but I'll just throw it in there to show what it looks like. But yeah, it's basically, can't get there, we could get here. You know, you drop your cars down, you're getting credit for those lines that you're connecting. And what was the other one here? Green, we might have enough locomotives in that too. So they've gotten 10 points. So yeah, it just keeps going. You're connecting these. You basically want to complete your tickets though that you have. So that's ultimately how the game is. It's a fun game. It's strategy, a little bit more of luck of the draw, so to speak. You know, kind of, I guess I would equate it, and I'm not a tabletop enthusiast, but I would probably equate it closer to Catan than I would anything, or Catan, however you want to say it. But that's how the game plays. So yeah, that's a look at the two tables here, or the two new games to the table here. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got a little bit out of it. See if you found something you liked, so you didn't have to buy it if it wasn't really up your alley. But that's what the games look like. If you want deeper tutorials, I'm sure if you look on YouTube, you can find a whole bunch on how to play Ticket to Ride the right way. But this is just a quick look. So again, folks, appreciate everybody for checking out all these videos. We'll keep doing them by the week as new content comes out. There was one more thing that I wanted to show that I found on here that I didn't see any, like, it really didn't showcase on the store itself. It was actually on, funny enough, the game Candyland. So Candyland got an update, and usually when you see a little blue icon in the corner of the app icon or the game icon, you know that there's an update. So I was curious why they would update like Candyland. Seems like a pretty basic game. If you look here, they've added in a store. So they have launched their first game that has in-app purchase, which we knew it was all probably coming. And it's for color mode, just bringing back color to the land. Changes the way the game plays a little bit in terms of like the colors that you're adding in. So they did add that into the actual table. We may take a look at that on the next video. It's a little bit long right now that we're talking, but just wanted to let everybody know they have added in-app purchase to these games as well. That was the first one that I ran across that had that. So again, folks, appreciate everybody's time. Hope you got something out of it. Definitely give us a subscribe, come back, check out more of the content. We'd love to have you join the community and talk about these. Speaking about talking, leave some comments on what you saw here today, if it's up your alley, if it's something that you like, if it's not something. If you're upset that they don't include like online gameplay or online multiplayer, which I thought they might have, but they didn't on Ticket to Ride, leave that in the comments. Let us know what you like and don't like, so that the developers, if they come across this video, can see it. And then also give the video a like so it gets out there to more people. Obviously, we'd love to have more folks be able to get a chance to see what this looks like before they buy it, so there's not that buyer's remorse. But you know, if that happens, we try to alleviate it, but it happens. So definitely, if you can, give it a like, get it to more people, and we do appreciate you watching each and every one of these, and definitely have yourself a great day. Thanks again, folks. Bye-bye.